Hello friends and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out Nihilumbra by developer Beautifun Games. This is a surreal puzzle platformer with an absolutely beautiful art style and from what I can hear on the title screen, actually a very beautiful musical score as well. It's one that I've been following sort of on and off over the last little while. I think probably maybe 6 months to a year or so is when I became aware of it. And it's made its way to iOS in that time, and also just recently, other than Desura, it's also made its way to Steam just recently, so it was greenlit and pushed through, and it is now going to be reaching a much larger audience, so it's one that I've been curious to check out. Glad to finally have it in front of me, and I am happy to take a look. So let's look in the settings first, and then we will start up a new game. I have absolutely zero experience with this game, so outside of the trailers and such like that, I really don't know what exactly this game is about, but I know it's very compelling looking and sort of right up my alley. And it's got a little bit of that, like, insanely twisted Shadow Planet sort of vibe to it, maybe a little bit of like a, you know, like a Nifless Games style feeling too, maybe Knit or Knit or something like that. Let's see. Let's hit play. So we're going to set our name. We're going to be Rockly Smile, as I often am. Thumbs up. The Void, a place that I'm somewhat familiar with, having gone through so many indie games now. Ooh, pretty.
You are born.
Now, I believe when they say you are born, they mean that's like your name. They don't mean it like you're born, but maybe they mean both. I mean, actually, they probably do mean both. That is really, really pretty. The amount of ornate detail that's going on the screen right now is a little bit overwhelming, so I kind of want to take a moment and take it all in. We've got shader effects going on in the sky. We've got multiple degrees of transparency. Things are overlapping. Things are making intricate patterns. And then on the ground, oh my goodness. I don't know what that is, but it's beautiful, so I want to sit and enjoy this stuff. What are you? Well, I don't know, kind of look like Gish a little bit, but you know, Gish in limbo.
You shouldn't be alive.
You shouldn't be alive? Well, I guess that is something I'm gonna have to take up with the rest of the game, because I'm sure that will be one of the big things that the game wants to do is take away my life. This is not a game. I beg to differ.
Where are you going?
So I guess I am going to be escaping the Void. Nothing can forsake the Void, except for probably me, because otherwise there wouldn't be a whole lot of game to this, would there? That's really cool. Those little shadow creatures sort of remind me a little bit of like Earthworm Jim or something. Alright, so we've escaped the Void.
From the Void. Now you are in the world.
And look at all this hand-drawn art everywhere. It looks like the character doesn't quite hit collision boxes on all the edges perfectly, but I guess it's also kind of tough to model that when you're talking about like a round object that's sprite-driven in the first place.
These small lights will forgive your mistakes.
Alright, so there's our checkpoints. So I guess an interesting way of describing them. Oh, I kind of just forgot to jump there. There we go, yeah. So that's sort of a way to tutorialize the checkpoint.
The Void behind, but it
coming
is
to get
coming
me.
To get you.
So, right, I believe it's supposed to be chasing me, right? There it is. But the Void's so pretty, I want to hang out in it more. Why does it have to be bad? So I guess this is the part that becomes a little bit more platformy.
The Void must be one. You cannot escape from it.
Well, I'm going to try my best, though. This is, I guess we're going to go in the realm of, like, one of those levels from Super Mario 3. Leap of Faith? I don't know, I can wait until it's not a Leap of Faith. Oh, no, I guess I can't. Hooray, I made it. Frozen Cliffs. So I guess we're going to be unlocking some sort of magical abilities or some sort of a way to do something to the environment, which will make it a little bit more...
Don't worry.
Puzzly.
You are safe for now.
Why am I safe, though? The Void can't go down where I went? Hang out with this Scarecrow Man? Oh, look, there I am.
Even if you change your shape to match this world, you are still an outcast.
Oh, he looks cold. You know, the other thing this reminds me of quite a bit is the humanity from Dark Souls for some reason, or just the areas where you get to interact with those spirits.
This is a beautiful place.
It's a beautiful place, but it's not for you. I think the beautifulness is probably due to all the beautiful art.
You are nothing.
Oh my goodness, so we've got some sort of mechanical contraptions that we're going to be manipulating. And a single flower, like we're in Beauty and the Beast or something. What is this going to do? Alright, is that our goal for each level? We reach the flower and then we go on to the next world? So I got sort of like moth wings.
What is this?
And if you'll pardon me, I'm sort of like ruining all the exposition right now, talking over the narration.
It's not an object or being. It's a property. Everything can have a color. Even you.
Okay. Well, I see I have some sort of a blue aura right now. I wonder if that's what it means by having a color.
You're about to learn something new. Your existence can change the world forever.
It's a little, maybe hand-holdy, though, to have this much narration. I mean, I understand that that's probably necessary for some, but I feel like I would be a little bit more comfortable just sort of skipping some of this stuff, or just, you know, discovering it on my own. Although, you know, granted, for the purposes of the video, it's probably for the best. Alright, so we want to swipe left from this to that, I guess. We're connecting them. Is that the idea? Oh, we're running the ice across from one to the other, so that way I slip across the ground. I understand.
Will allow you to slide.
And this surface seems to be Malomar.
The faster you go,
That's the hidden state of Mar, by the way, Mallow. He can turn into a marshmallow person. I was hoping maybe I could like make an ice bridge across the gap, but apparently that is not the case. I'll just go ahead and coat this one, since there doesn't seem to be an end to how much of this I can use.
Yours to use. Now you must go back to the frozen mountains.
Alright, let's go back to the frozen mountains then. But I guess I need to go this way now, because the arrow's telling me. It is in my nature to always try and go in the opposite direction than I am told. Okay, I can make that jump. Now, what's the part that I'm going to have to slip through? Oh, right here, obviously. I'll go ahead and coat that early. That way I can just do this on the second go. And get a little bit more momentum, and then things start to work out a little better. So, I guess now we need to traverse this gap.
You will need more momentum to jump here.
Yeah, I get it. I'm wondering a little bit, is this almost like a Metroidvania-style progression system? I'm not sure how the worlds are connected. This place is magical, you may be empty. You have learned how to change the world just a little bit, just enough to leave a small mark. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize I could draw on all the landscape. That's kind of neat. I thought it was just on the top. Oh, I do actually have like a limit to how much blue I can use, but it seems to replenish on each area. Alright, can I push this? I can indeed.
You are new to this world, but you learn fast.
There's a switch for every door. That's kind of literal, to be honest with you. I like this cliff, totally has a face on it. So how do I get this box out of that little alcove, I wonder? Do I even need to? Yeah, I may need to. Alright, what if I coat all the ground in ice, because that's just sort of like the prerequisite, and then can I push it? No.
Keep pushing. Don't hesitate.
Oh, it breaks. Okay, I didn't know that.
But another one will replace it.
Well, I guess that's a strange tutorialization moment as well. What is this now? We can do purple streak? Oh, to remove the ice, I get it. So we want to be slippery until this point, and then we don't want slippery anymore. Why did that happen? You gonna crush? There it is. Oh, okay, it's a little too far. Wait for the spikes to go again. Oh, I keep getting stuck on that edge for some reason. I'll get out of the way again. I think because I keep pushing it a little too much. Alright, there we go. And what is this now? That's another checkpoint. Oh goodness, there's a very strange, macabre-looking demon up there of some kind. Alright, let's turn this foe into a friend. It's kind of dragging its butt on the ground like a wacky dog or something. Thank you for the help. And we will continue to the right. So far, so good. What do I need to do here? I guess, can I take the box from the last area? I'm gonna guess probably not. I think I probably just need to be fast across this. Although it seems like such an elementary puzzle at this point. So I think where things start to get interesting is when we have a bunch of magical powers, and then we're also being chased by the void, and we need to start puzzling our way through a scenario, you know, coming across various impediments and trying to dynamically come up with solutions with the different abilities we have.
Because you are empty.
Okay, pretty sure we're just going to do the same deal again. If spikes are going to disappear, there we go. Let's continue over to the right again. Very atmospheric. It's really pretty. It's an enjoyable experience to just be in this world, especially when you don't know what's coming up next. Yeah, no, I probably am if I just do this. See? I actually probably could have maybe stopped between them. You were not fast enough, you were not strong enough. That's kind of mean. You're just trying to put me down at this point. I feel like I did just fine. A little bit of ice help. Yeah, I probably need to jump this. Oh, come on. Stop putting me down, Void. Just because you're faceless doesn't mean you have to be so mean.
I guess you are smart enough.
That's right. You'll learn. And with enough time, I mean, I could probably fix every puzzle in the game. It's just going to require some time and some patience.
You are newly born. You can't wait to see more and more of
You're
this
right.
place.
I can't wait to see more and more of this place. In an inhospitable world, you are not part of it.
Not part of it. The world surrounding you is becoming colder and colder. It doesn't care about you.
It's got to be interesting to time the amount of you know, time that you have on screen as you're setting up this narration to make sure the player doesn't just immediately run right past it.
Why do you keep struggling? Doesn't it make sense anymore? You are alone. Be patient. It's all about timing. If you rush, you're doomed.
I think I was supposed to be knocked backward by the wind in that case, but I just wasn't. Because I was, I don't know, a little impatient, but I had okay timing.
You don't need a reason to do anything.
Oh, I guess I want to go in there? Okay, sure.
Take shelter.
I will take shelter. But first, yeah, no, I will. I was going to try and jump the gap in case there's like a secret or something. Yeah, nothing better than hanging out in a cave sometimes when it's snowing.
This cave looks like a safe place. The blizzard won't reach you here.
Oh, look, it's one of these guys.
It looks like someone
Crawlagger.
else wants to use this shelter. This is a Crawlagar.
Or a
Try to keep away
Crawlagar,
from
either
them.
way. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna bother me as long as I don't get in his face.
They are mad and hostile creatures, though there's something in them that seems familiar.
Well, yeah, I have a feeling they're probably some sort of split, fractured portion of my psyche or something like that. What was the point of that room over there on the right? Oh, I'm just supposed to carry him with me over to that end. I get it. And then we just jump over his head. I didn't really realize they would chase me. This is sort of like that scene from Out of This World a little bit. Yeah, sorry, you're not all that smart. I'm just gonna keep going. I'm sort of tossing this one concept in my head around a little bit, whether or not it makes sense that certain portions, like in the foreground, the art seems way more detailed, and then on the enemy designs, they seem to be a little simpler, and then the background seemed to have another art style entirely, but it makes sense that the background would be simpler to sort of accentuate the foreground more, right? So I'm just going to do that. And continue to run.
Just like you.
And I really do like the art style and the enemies and the main character, but I wonder if it's maybe a little bit at odds with the rest of the world design. Oh, that's what happens when you die, evidently. Can I just lead him into this pit? Or what happens if I fall in this pit? Is that death? Yeah, that is death. Okay, so I guess I just need to hop across. And he'll slip in. And I can go back this way. That was my chance indeed. So far, you know, puzzles at the beginning, pretty simple stuff, but I look forward to them getting a little bit more complicated.
Those monsters were created by the Void. They are soulless creatures. Why do they want you? Why won't they leave you
Again,
alone?
sorry, I'm just sort of skipping past all the exposition. I do want to encourage you guys to check this game out yourself, if you can. There is a demo available, as well as it's available on a number of different platforms, so really nothing to lose. If the art style, if the gameplay premise, if the concepts behind any of that stuff tickles your fancy, I would say it's definitely worth a look. What
It's
is
something
going on
really
here?
unpleasant.
Something strange, something
Could
really
it be
unpleasant. Could it be fear? Nah.
Fear.
Probably the void, if we're to be honest. It's usually the void, right? Ah, there it is.
Something awaits you.
Oh, that's so
You
cool
can
looking.
feel it. Prepare
Alright, let's fall down
yourself.
in there and see what happens. More caviness, apparently. Alright, so now we gotta run. And run and jump, both of which are things that... Oh, well, I needed to have the screen advance a little bit before I could do that. That's one thing that I find a little frustrating. If we're ever gonna do one of these, like, forced auto-scrolling levels, it should at least keep up with the speed you're running your character at, I think. I guess there's, you know, extra checkpoints, so I don't have to feel too bad. But then you end up in a situation like that, where clearly those spikes there, I had no way of knowing were going to be there until I got in the way of them. So if I was to run to try and keep at the front of this scrolling scenario, which is obviously the thing most people would do, considering, you know, you reach the back of this room, you're going to die. Then you're rewarded with hitting spikes. That doesn't seem very nice to me. Alright, so we're going to probably push this block, hopefully. Yeah, alright, let's time this as well as we can. Fall in, please. Here we go, alright, brilliant. And over top. Because obviously going at the bottom is just going to be a dead end.
You belong to it.
It's interesting when you can start to sight read levels based on just like the tropes that they would have to fall into to progress the game in a meaningful way. Like, why would they put a top and a bottom if one of them wasn't a dead end, right? So I guess it's a little bit of a 50-50 guessing game, but makes sense.
Chase you forever.
Will chase me forever? Well, how am I going to win the game then? Alright, we'll drop a monster on me then, and then we'll have them chase me as well. Oh, I guess that's not a good idea. Maybe I should just jump over that, huh?
It will chase you forever.
That's your punishment. If you hit the button by accident, you have a monster land on your head for some reason. It's pretty strange that the Void has set up these little mechanical scenarios
The frozen mountains.
to basically destroy you when, you know, it's already a pretty dangerous force of nature, wouldn't you say? I mean, it's a void. It is a lack of being. It is a lack of anything. So, how does it have this cognizance and this ability to set up problems? Ooh, that's pretty. I hope I fall in here. Because if I don't know where else I'm going to go. I think that was the correct answer, though. Alright, cool. So are we rewarded with a cutscene, or I guess we just get to see more purple? I'm kind of okay with that, to be honest, if I haven't made that clear. Alright, so we finished the Icy Mountains. We're going to the Living Forest next. And I suppose that's where we're going to learn our next magical ability.
You are in a new place now.
Forget about the Frozen Mountains. Don't tell me what to think, game.
They weren't your home.
But I can still
This
freeze the
looks like a
ground.
forest. You feel something a new color?
Oh, I love new
You
colors. Let's get a new
haven't.
color.
But it's not the moment yet.
How do I bounce on this? It seems like it only does that sometimes. Do I have to jump off a higher peak for that to work? Nope. Maybe I have to land right in the right... Oh, yeah, okay. I think it only bounces in the center of each of these. Or not? Oh, I was holding up. Maybe that's the problem. What if I slip? There we go.
Everything can bounce on green ground.
Alright, so that's our next color then, green.
If you try to jump while bouncing...
Yeah, I
you'll do
just figured that
the
out. It's not a
opposite.
good idea. I don't recommend it.
This place is warmer.
Right.
You don't feel
Well,
as
I sort of
cold.
saw that coming as well, and I probably should have,
Everything can bounce
taken
on
care of
green
that.
ground.
Oh, that was more stylish than the other way, wasn't it?
If you try to jump
Alright,
while
so we'll
bouncing,
bounce a little bit,
you
or
will
no,
do
we won't
just
bounce
the
at all,
opposite.
and then we won't have to worry about these
This
spikes.
place is warmer. You don't feel as cold. You are
The
in
music
the
is really
forest.
nice. It's quite stirring, actually, in this environment. I think it really does a lot to help sell the
There's
ambience.
a huge difference between these magnificent trees and the inert rocks you left behind. But what can it be? What's the difference?
So your void form is contemplating the forms in existence and why things are alive. This is an interesting perspective to take, and one that you don't see in video games, I guess, all that often. Something outside of the realm of living who's never understood what living means before. So now I believe we add the green color to our palette, although, no, I guess I have to get it here. We seem to keep
Another
going to
color.
this whitewashed
Another
fancy
chance
place for a
learn
minute to go ahead and
something
get a new color. Another chance to learn something new, another step to become something better. And I think you'll probably get the idea by this point, right? So this is where we're going to learn how to use each one of these colors. Okay, we've got our branches here. There's a purple thing, too. What was that about? Oh, that's just, like, to undo stuff, right? Okay. Oddly enough, that seemed like the most interesting of them. But I still don't even know what's to come. So, I mean, we've got ice, we've got bounce, and then I don't know what comes after that.
The higher you will bounce.
Now, it's strange that we're doing, like, 2 tutorials, right? Because we just sort of did one a minute ago.
You must think right before the first jump.
I mean, I get how this works by now. We've already had a chance to use it, and kind of had to learn it without the tutorial moment, so why would we go backward now?
Will make things easier.
Not 100% sure about that.
That you need.
I don't even need to draw on this ground at all.
Resume your journey.
So I guess with that, we should wrap up our episode on Nihilumbra. Very cool game, very beautiful, very interesting, and it looks like the puzzles have some great potential to be quite engaging. You know, the platforming maybe not the best I've ever seen. It's maybe a little bit stiff in the control department, but I think that has a lot to do with being on multiple platforms. Regardless, though, I think the thought behind it is what's really important here. And how do I go ahead and make that happen? Probably have to use a combination of them or something. Oh, I guess I could just draw green across this entire surface, right? Because I have plenty of that to go around. And then I'll just bounce the whole way down. But anyway, I'm going to have links for all the various versions purchasable of Nihilumbra if you want to go ahead and look through those. Again, there is a demo, so if you want to try that out as well. I think it is through Desera, but I will figure that out by the time I'm posting the links. So I definitely recommend it. I had a good time. I think it's a very interesting game, and I know there's a lot of puzzle platformers out there, but I think having a distinct visual style is a thing that can really go to separate some of the lesser, or, well, I don't think lesser is the right word, but some different subgenres of puzzle platformer within that genre, or I guess it's already a subgenre, so the sub-subgenres, if that makes much of any sense, which it may not. I think I need to actually jump from that peak instead of fall, and then we should be able to reach a high enough point. Yep, that is no problem. I just got to make sure I maintain my velocity in one direction. There we go. And there is another checkpoint. So with that, I will bid you adieu. So make sure you check out the description for all the links, as well as my other social media information, like my Facebook, my Twitter, or perhaps indie-impressions.com, where you can go if you want to go find over 550 other indie games that I've covered in the series. They're all sortable and tagged, so if you want a specific category or payment style, distribution platform, all of that stuff you can check out over there. I'm wondering, oh, I've got to use ice to get this guy to slip, right? And then he will fall in there and bounce forever, unfortunately. Oh, I can't even touch his feet. That kills me as well. But anyway, I know how to solve that puzzle. It's not all that complicated yet. I'm looking forward to seeing the interactions of all the different colors at the same time and see how that works. Could get kind of complicated. But that is going to do it. Thank you so much for being here. Please do leave any support you can in the comments. I greatly appreciate that. Please do come back again tomorrow. New episodes are every single day without exception, so I will see you back here on the same, roughly the same time, definitely the same channel, youtube.com/RockleySmiles. So I hope you enjoyed it. Talk to you later, and have a great night.